Hello and welcome to CloudFox Hub. My name is Bhavesh Atara. You are learning Amazon SQS. We have created our first queue, but during our queue creation, we have skipped these two options. Now, I'm going to explain you these two options step by step. And first, we will explore dead letter queue. Let's start. First of all, I want to tell you that dead letter queue is optional. So, while you are creating your queue, if you are not going to enable this, it is completely okay. You can enable it after creating your queue as well. So, right now, I have one queue. When I created this queue, I have disabled this particular option of dead letter queue. And if I want to enable it right now, I can. So, you have to go to the queue. This is my Q1. Then go to the dead letter queue, click edit, and you can enable this option right now from here. Question is, what is this dead letter queue? And why should I set up dead letter queue for my specific queue? I'm going to give you answer right now from this particular mind map. First of all, let's understand situation where we don't have DLQ. Okay. So, situation, I have one producer, I have one consumer, and one SQS queue. Let's understand normal flow. According to the normal flow, producer is going to push messages into the queue. Consumer is going to pull messages from the queue. It is going to process all these messages. Once process will be completed, consumer is going to delete messages from the queue. Right? This is our normal flow. Now, this is a problem that we are facing right now. Let's understand the problem. Assume one message has a bad data or database is down. Producer is sending messages, means pulling messages into the queue, but there is one message having issue. It can be bad data or database problem, whatever. We just need to understand that particular message is actually problematic and consumer is unable to process this message. Okay, so we have one problematic message in the queue and consumer is not able to process this message, right? Now let's understand this failures flow. Consumer polls SQS. It is a normal process. Now SQS returns message A. Message A means problematic message. SQS makes message A invisible for visibility timeout. As you know about this visibility timeout, whenever consumer will pull this message, SQS is not going to delete this message. It is going to start visibility timeout. Now during this time, the message will disappear from the queue. So other consumer cannot able to pull this message, right? Let's assume that we have visibility timeout of 1 minute. It means whenever consumer is going to pull this message A, it will be visible into the queue after 1 minute, right? So, consumer tried to process message A. Consumer pulled this message. Now it is trying to process this. Processing fail. Consumer does not delete message A. As per our normal flow, consumer is going to process this message. Once process has been done, it is going to the queue and delete this message. But here, message A is problematic and consumer is not able to process this message. Now, if consumer is not able to process this message, it cannot go to the SQS and delete this message, right? Okay. Meanwhile, what SQS does next? SQS waits until visibility timeout expires. So, SQS will wait for 1 minute, but consumer is not coming to delete this message. So after 1 minute in SQS, this message will be visible again. After visibility timeout expire, the same message become visible again in the queue. Consumer again polls SQS. SQS may return the same message again. So after some time in the next polling, consumer is getting same message. Now, again, consumer is not able to process this message. Again, visibility timeout expire, SQS is going to make it visible. Again, consumer is going to poll this message, not able to process. Now this will be loop, right? It is infinite loop. So consumer keep getting same failed message, no limit or retries, no separation of bad messages. Consumer keeps wasting time. So consumer is actually processing same message again and again, which is not able to process by the consumer. Now, this problem can happen, this infinite loop can happen if you don't have DLQ, okay? If you have this DLQ, it is going to solve this problem. So, let's understand DLQ, then we will practically set up DLQ as well. So, introduction of DLQ. DLQ is a separate SQS queue where failed messages are kept after multiple failed attempts. So, you have one main queue and then you have one another queue, we call it DLQ. Now, failed message will be transferred from the main queue to DLQ. Think of DLQ as a side parking area for bad messages. Now, let's assume that we have same setup, but this time we have DLQ. So, how DLQ is going to help us to break this infinite loop, right? So, we have like one producer, same, one main queue, and then one consumer. And we have one DLQ, right? So, we have all these three same components, plus we have added one DLQ. Now, how DLQ works? First of all, let's go with the normal processing. Producer puts message in the main queue, consumer polls the queue, SQS returns the message, consumer tries to process this. This is our normal process. Now, message fail, right? Now, same situation as we have in the point number 1. So, consumer fails to process this message. Consumer does not delete the message, right? SQS waits for visibility timeout. Message become visible again. Consumer polls and may get same message again. This retry can happen multiple times. This is a problematic situation. But this time, we don't have to worry about it because we have DLQ. Now, first of all, we need to set up retry limit when we are going to set up DLQ, right? So, now we configure one rule in the main queue. Rule is max receive count equals to 3. Meaning, if the same message is received 3 times and still not deleted, stop retrying it, right? After 3 visibility timeout, the message is appearing again and again. So, wait for 3 times. Then, if it is going to visible 4th time, then after 3 received, SQS automatically move message to the DLQ. Message is removed from the main queue. Main queue becomes clean. Consumer can process the good messages. Means this problematic message is now out of queue and it is now in the DLQ. But question is, what will happen in the DLQ?
Thanks for watching. To continue learning AWS with structured lessons, real labs, practice tests, and live sessions with Bhavesh Atara, join our full course at www.cloudfolkshub.com. For any help, call 982-575-7737. All course details are provided in the description.